St. Francis Xavier Cabrini, whom we remember today, was a woman who faced a lot of disappointments and challenges in her life. It started right at the beginning with her health being rather precarious. Seriously enough that when she first tried to enter religious life, she was rejected because they did not think she was healthy enough to be a religious sister. Years later, when she formed a missionary order and came to the United States to serve the influx of Italian immigrants that were coming into the country at that time, she found that the building she was supposed to be using had already been given to somebody else, and people were telling her that she might as well go home. There was nothing for her in the U.S., and she should consider other options. But St. Francis persevered through all those challenges, through all those disappointments. She kept pushing forward. She kept listening for what God was asking of her, and she accomplished incredible things, ending up opening dozens of charitable institutions in the U.S. and elsewhere in the Americas, ending up doing so much for people who needed help, people who had nowhere else to turn, who were lost. Christ is inviting us to do likewise, to recognize that whatever we might be facing, we should trust in the Lord's presence and seek for how He is asking us to love despite our disappointments, despite our challenges, despite our limitations. We should always be looking for how we can love right now. If we are disappointed by somebody's actions, we should help them to see what is right, and we should be forgiving, even if they don't immediately change their ways. If we are disappointed by some option that we were excited about not working out, we should look for how we can share God's love in another way. As the cliche says, when God closes a door, He always opens a window. If things are looking difficult, we should always be trusting God and know that He is leading us forward to something that will make us fulfilled, something that will make us happy, something that will make us holy. That is the practical face of a life of faith. A life that doesn't let anything overcome our step-by-step journey to God through love. Such a faith can do much more than just get a mulberry tree to uproot itself and plant itself in the ocean. It can change countless lives for the better. It can make God present in the lives of those who felt hopeless. That is the faith that St. Francis Xavier Cabrini lived. As the life that her prayers and God's grace can make us be able to live as well. Because in our baptism, we have been given the gift of this supernatural faith. The only question is, are we open to God's grace so that we can nurture that? So that we can come to feel it grow inside us, flower, and bear fruit? Are we open enough to God's love to be able to live the life of a saint and change the world by our love?